Morning, first years. I thought I'd just do a quick wee video just to introduce this topic. We're still in atmosphere. Thanks very much for the fantastic nitrogen cycles from last week. I will feed back in due time individually for you all there. Now, I'm going to just quickly go through this. It's not going to take long, a couple of minutes. We're going to learn about states of matter, kinetic theory, and why we need oxygen. And so the first thing is states of matter. That just requires you to watch a wee video. So you press on that, watch the video. You might want to watch it a couple of times because on the next slide, there's a few questions for you to answer. Please just click on the slides. It's your individual slide and record your answer here. Okay. If you need more room, obviously they've given you a blank slide in the next one, so use that. And we're going to go on to something called the kinetic theory. Now, it sounds very fancy, and it's just a fancy word of the fact that every single thing is just made up of tiny little particles, and they're always in continuous movement. Even, solids, they still vibrate a little bit. Liquids, they move a little bit more, and obviously gases bounce all over the place. So if you watch that wee video, it goes on a little bit more theory. Don't worry, near the end, it gets a bit more complex. All you need to do on the next slide about kinetic theory is fill in these three boxes. So I want you to show me that you know how to represent a solid in this red dot. So you copy the red dot. So remember, you just highlight on it, and then you could go to view, and then copy, and then you can go paste by Control F, and you want to make quite a few of them. Put them where you think in this box would represent a solid. Okay. Then I'm just going to undo all that. So you've only got the one. Then you want to do that for liquid, and you want to do it for gases. Use arrows if you want. I don't mind. Okay, so that should probably take you about an hour. Tops, maybe more like 40, 45 minutes. Then I'm suggesting take a wee break. Okay, so don't need to take a wee break, but if you want, crash on with the next thing, which is all about oxygen. Uses of oxygen. So nice wee video, just watch that video. No questions about it, just need to watch the video. Then you move on to these slides, and it gives you some information about, oxygen. So our next task is second bit. It's all about a breathing experiment. Now, there is a whole thing saying here that obviously if you have any breathing difficulties, you could just do this with somebody else or some other member of your household. If you're in school, you may have problems doing this. You could do the first part. Even just asking, the teacher whether you can just go out and go back in again. A little bit of exercise is better than just sitting, on your seat. So to plan the experiment, this is your experiment. So you want to see whether, what your breathing rate is before and after. Now, there is a cheat sheet at the end here, so I'm not going to go on to that slides because it tells you how to do this. But the only couple of tips I'd like to do is obviously you're not doing it for long. So the exercise you do, you just do for a minute, and then you want to record your breath. And you want to try this a few times, just practice, and then you want to record everything. So make sure that you open up these slides, add on slides, write your plan. So make sure you've got a name, a plan, which there is a plan further down, but you want to try that yourself. Make sure you've got a nice table of results. You can go on to Google Sheets, try to make a graph as well and import that. That's tricky. If you don't want to do that, you can draw a graph and then take a picture of it, put it in here. Write conclusion. What's the link? What have you discovered? And then an evaluation. What could you have done better the next time? Now, so have a read through them. If there's any issues, please email me to let me know that you don't quite understand what you're doing, or you're having problems finding the space to do it. Now, really, exercise could be anything. Okay, good luck with that, and I shall hear from you next week. Okay, thank you.